So, in this second part of the course, which I am going to teach after the mid-sem, we will study two genres. And both these genres, the connection between in the first part of the course, as Professor Diledi would have told you, you're going to look at basically oral narrative forms. The thing about oral narrative forms is that these are non-documentary forms. Non-documentary forms means they are not transmitted through any form of writing. It is transmitted through the human body. Like I'm talking to you, if you were standing in front of me right now, you're listening to me across a video. But if I were present, I would be talking one person to the other. That's a oral form. One aspect of oral form is that it is performance, right? We are performing. I'm looking at my body. I can be moving around a little bit, obviously moving my hands, gesture, but full scale performance. So that is what we understand as drama. So we will look at drama, and we will generally talk about the genre of drama. The word that I prefer is theatre, because theatre is more than the written script. It is about how it is performed, in the context, with the audience, in the theatre, and the same play can be performed in multiple sorts of ways. So we will look generally at that theatre, at theatre as a genre for a little bit, but main text that we will be looking at is by Federico Garcia Lorca, Spanish dramatist. It's called The House of Bernarda Alba. Of course, it's a Spanish play, and we will study it in English translation. So that's going to be one part of it. The other thing that I'll teach is electronic literature. Once again, very interestingly, electronic literature is linked to the oral performative in a way that it is also not documentary. In a documentary, when you're reading a story, when you're reading a novel, it is printed and it doesn't change on its own, right? When a book is printed, every one of you will have the same copy. But when something is in electronic literature, it can change. One can edit the background, the HTML or whatever. So now electronic literature is also interactive fiction, right? It is it can allow you to navigate the choices. It's almost like video games are one form of interactive fiction or electronic literature. We will look at these smaller subgenres of electronic literature in our course. But one thing that we will do as this part of the course is chai wala gave me my chai, and I really need to catch tea before my train comes. And so I was telling you about this part of interactive fiction which you're going to do. We are going to learn how to create interactive fiction as a part of this course. In fact, that will be a little project that all of us will do. Maybe in small groups of 2 and 3, we'll get it organized as we come closer to the date. And we are going to learn how to create interactive fiction on a platform called Twine. You can get started. There are lots of help on YouTube, etc. But it's important that before you start creating interactive fiction, you also understand theoretically what interactive fiction does, because that's very important for you to be able to create the narrative, to be able to learn the nuts and bolts of it. The project, what we're going to do is we're going to take some of the other stories, the stories of Panchatantra, etc. The Jataka tales that Professor Diledi is going to teach you, is going to discuss with you, as well as the House of Bernarda Alba. You can take all that, choose a story, part of the story of your own, and then convert it into interactive fiction. And what's more so, I would love it if you can create that interactive fiction in an Indian language. Because really, one of the things that has happened is in India, and I'm going to discuss this when we discuss this. Interactive fiction is a big thing worldwide, but India, it has hardly any presence other than professional games companies, etc. So it would be good if we can create some interactive fiction in some of the Indian stories stories that you study in this course as part of your project. So hopefully you will enjoy it. There's a link to the play, which is House of Bernarda Alba. For interactive fiction, it will be mostly lecture based. There will be small pieces which we will engage with in class, and that's about it. So hopefully you will enjoy it. I will meet you after the mid semesters. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, please do drop an email. Right. So thank you so much.